It's your boy Osman back again with another Manchester United podcast. As you can see, the lineup is stacked. The whole squad is here. And listen, it's going to be an absolute pleasure hosting this one. We are also expecting Bits and Bobz, Kojo, and the homie Biz. But at the moment, you know, we've got a couple of decent panels for you guys. As always, make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel, show love to every single person here. Their links are down below. Make sure you go and follow them on all their socials. Just spread the positivity, man. Listen, it's free to show love to everyone. Also, just quickly before we get a shout out to Ty as well for that Enrique interview. I always said it on screen. Unbelievable work, Ty. Listen, we love to see our fellow brother winning, and make sure you go and show love to that. Obviously, a lot of the lads are doing great work. I know Bits and Bobz is back in the building and also doing content as well, so make sure you subscribe to him as well. And of course, the rest of the homies, Semps as well, grafting. But listen, without further ado, let me introduce you to my co-host. First and foremost, the homie. Man's always arguing this time he's going to say he's neutral, which is probably his best position because man loves to sit on the fence. It is what it is. The homie, Jerry, the co-host. How you doing, brother?
I'm great. Lovely to see the boys. This is going to be, as we said, Royal Rumble. I hope I'm the 30th entrance, Stone Cold Steve Austin settings. But yeah, man, listen, I'm neutral, I'm balanced. I just want to hear what the boys have to say today. And also, you're not getting away with this just because you're the host. You have to jump in as well. So
I'm gonna jump in, don't worry, man.
Okay. So yeah, man, let's go, man.
I'm gonna try and balance it as much as I can in there, obviously. If I see Ty get a 1v5 with the Martial, I think I'm gonna have to come through in that. But I think we'll be alright because Semps and Kish and Martial FC as well. So we got a nice balance for you guys. It's a nice split. I think that's the best way to say it. We got like half and half for every topic, every agenda. Obviously, we're going to go through it. The boys have been briefed prior to the show the way we're going to do it. Of course, you guys will see that. Get your comments in down below. Just be as interactive as you possibly can. First comment is, why is this AC Milan fan doing here? Obviously, Shiv's homie. You love to see it. But listen, without further ado, let me introduce you our second guest. It's been a while. The homie from Views TV, as I've already mentioned, he's also back with the content. Make sure you show love to the guy. Listen, I was good to him. He's basically my Yoda equivalent. We got Semps in the building. Semps, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you? How's everyone? Just honored and blessed to be on here with all of these guys, man. It was going to be a good show. Big up, everybody.
Yes.
Out here looking like Dwight York against Juventus. Listen, got the pearly whites and everything. Come on,
you see it.
Good afternoon. Big Ron always showing love. 21 is coming straight in there by Super G. That's definitely kissing the chat. But we'll get into that. Anyways, it's been a while. The return. Listen, yes. It's your boy Beeks. Back in the building, honey hot, strapped up, ready to go. Yes, Beeks. How you doing, brother?
Right, it's your boy Beeks, and we're back in the building. It's been a minute, bro. I love for having me on. We ain't done this for ages. Well, I've been ghosting it. Do you get me? But it's always good to flip in, hear everyone's input and whatnot, man. Let's get it cracking, man. Big up everyone on the panel. You get me?
Absolutely. Well, listen, it's an absolute pleasure. I mean, Benji keeps dropping in and out. Of course, he's on that Ghana Wi-Fi. But hopefully we can get him again. Benji is one of the originals as well. So hopefully we can get him, and he's not going to be happy with anything that comes out of Kish's mouth. So, you know, that would be an absolute pleasure to have him on. But listen, the homie, the AC Milan kid, is, of course, the co-founder of Never a Foul. One of the homies, Biz, also will be tuning in very shortly. Like I already mentioned, unbelievable work with the Enrique interview. Obviously, if you haven't checked that out, make sure you show love to that. We got the homie Ty in the building. Ty, how you doing, my guy?
I'm all blessed, man. It's a pleasure. Do you know what? It's the first show. I forgot the new intro. So I was just there like, okay, I'm ready for this now. I'm ready for war now, Jerry.
Okay.
But now, honestly, it's a pleasure to be on with all the man them. I could shout out, obviously, Semps, Jerry, Beeks, Kish, Bits and Bobz, Benji, and yourself, Usman, getting a great panel together tonight. To big up yourself and your channel.
Yes.
Thank you ever so much, you guys, for your kind words on the Enrique interview. Obviously, big up Never a Foul, my team. It's a great show, and it's going to be a great season for us all, man. So let's just keep shining and winning together, man.
100%, man. Well said, my guy. Love that. Like I said, get the positives in the chat because there's not going to be much in about 5 minutes. But speaking of positivity, the homie Mr. 99 Vibes himself. This guy could find positivity in the darkest of anger. The homie Kish is in the building.
I can find light anywhere, man. I can find light anywhere.
100%. Kish, how are you, my guy?
I'm good, man. It's good to see all you lot. Keep doing your thing, man. It's good to see all you lot putting in the graft as well. So good stuff, man.
Yes, you love to see it. And listen, another one from the vault. Listen, we got some bangers. Listen, honest to God, I just want to say first and foremost, it's an absolute pleasure to have all the boys on. Yeah, so much. Scottish finest. You love to see it. Was there when we slapped up Leeds 5-1 as well. Make sure you show love to Aaron's watching on as well. I mean, not watching on vlog. And that was absolute fire. The homie, Bits and Bobz, bro. How are you, my guy?
Listen. Yeah, so what? It's your boy, Bits and Bobz, and I'm back. Yo, I'm good. What's good, people? Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever people's watching this. We are all on the set on Usman's show, man. So yeah, it's all good. I'm here. I was there. We scored 5. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's good to be back, man. The sabbatical is over. You know, we're back doing content.
Yes.
So let's go.
Absolutely, man. Without a shadow of doubt, like everybody said at the start of the show, make sure you show love to all the guys, man. But listen, let's get into it. Kojo is already here, looking fine as always. The homie from 3 in midfield.
He couldn't have timed that any
Kojo, how you doing, my guy?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm having a good day so far here with my brothers. Look at all these wonderful looking, sexy people, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful man, them, you know, and I'm here to slander some certain man. So, let's go.
Listen, let's get straight into it. And I've spent enough time on the intro. Anyways, let's get into it. I'm going to start straight with Kish because, like I said, the most positive human being on the planet. Kish, 99 Vibes. 5-1 against Leeds. Brother, talk to me. How are you feeling after that opening game?
Honestly, it was... I mean, I watched it on TV, and I don't know if anyone else felt this way, but, you know, it was... I could feel the atmosphere just watching it on my sofa. Yeah, I think the Varane introduction was a nice touch.
I don't remember agreeing to this, but the idea
was definitely onto something there. What a performance! Fantastic performance. Fitness levels, right? If you compare it to last season we were slow, sluggish. You know, I remember watching that first game. I was actually yes, the United way. Get on the train, man! Everyone, get on the train. Kojo, you're gonna get on that train as well, man. I'm telling you, G. Come December, give it December. Anyways, it was an amazing performance. Everything you wanted in a game. Their goal, I mean, I don't think any keeper is going to stop that. I heard some people saying De Gea could have saved that. I thought that was a quality goal. And I like actually the response. So it was typical. We went 1-0 up, and then we concede within minutes. And you know, my heart was pounding. Right at that point, I was like, "This is the test again." And what do you know? Paul Pogba, Mason Greenwood.
Say that again. Wait, say that again.
Listen, credit where credit's due. Yeah, credit where credit's due. 4 assists. You know, you can't take it away from the guy. But that's what we want. That's what I want to see. You know, you man say that. That's what I want to see. I'm not assuming this. I'm not going to say I want to see that week in, week out, because I understand 4 assists in a game is ridiculous, right? It's absolute crud. But I want to see performances like that consistently. And look what he does for us, right? When Paul Pogba is on top form, where Manchester United are on top form.
Benji Garner failed me, man. Kojo.
Yeah, Garner's failed him, man. But yeah, man, so fantastic. Now we just got to push on, keep that energy. I think we got Southampton, so we need to get on them straight away, just like we did on last weekend. We need to be on it from the get-go. And do you know what? Sorry, yeah, I know I'm going on a bit here, but big up Scott McTominay. Yeah, because that guy had a fantastic yeah. And you know what? People, you know, they want to give him the stick. They want to give Fred the stick, but people don't remember. Our fans don't remember. These players are progressing. Yeah, Scott McTominay is progressing. He's not standing still. And I would go as far to say as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has a knack of progressing players. Did anyone see Greenwood's players? Like how he played, his positional sense. Right, that's obviously been coached to him, right? He was there, everywhere. Scott, the fitness levels. Yeah, I'm excited, man. Honestly, why wouldn't I be? We just slapped up Leeds 5-1, bring on Southampton, and we didn't even have Cavani or Rashford playing. So, you know, I'm going to enjoy it, and I'm going to enjoy this wave, definitely, because I think it's going to continue. I honestly think we're going to go slapping up teams. The next 3-4 games, teams are going to be getting slapped up left, right, and centre. I'm telling you. It's too early. Whatever. Who's
no. I'm with you.
It's never too early, man. It's never too early.
Deep it. Yeah. Look at our attack compared to the Premier League right now. Look at our attack compared to the Premier League. I'm with you, Kiss, man. Yo, listen, we're gonna slap everyone. We're winning the fucking league. I'm telling you right now.
We've got to take it one game at a time, people, man. One game at a time. It's been one game. We can't be saying that we're gonna start slapping up people.
Semps, I'm nice, bro. Listen, we slapped Leeds 5 year. Listen, we're gonna play Southampton. They even got Danny Ings. Who's scoring their goals? Let's be serious, man. Look, Chelsea got Lukaku. Man City can't even go to Spurs and do anything. Listen, bro, look at our attack. Come on. We got Varane, bro.
I hear you, man. You man do this all the time, bro. Like, you play with everyone's emotions, bro. Hey, listen, come December now, everyone will be saying Ollie out and that. Let's take it easy. Just a pinch of salt. Let's dibble and dabble. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, them ones there. Look, we're all happy, man. We all got 5 goals and whatnot. Look, Bobz was out in Manchester doing his thing. I'm sure he was enjoying. You get me? Bro, Barn Tottenham and them, man. Tottenham was it? It's serious.
Bobz, what was the atmosphere like in there though? On a real.
Listen, do you know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah. Listen, shout Saeed, shout Nuruddin, Aaron, Flawless. We had a great weekend. Adam Matic, man. I was there for the whole weekend with them all. The atmosphere was surreal. I'm talking from like the I know it's an old cliche, but the stadium was rocking. I'm talking 70,000 plus, everyone's singing. And you know when Varane came out, Jesus is Lord. Bro, I'm talking. It was like Easter. Jesus has risen, bro. It was like Moses came with a stick. Like everyone was just like. And do you know what the funny thing was? It's just that obviously we heard rumors and stuff, but Varane was standing in Old Trafford. Do you know what I mean? With the jersey, everything. It was just like
with Rio.
It was
Rio comes flooded him.
Yeah. So like that was obviously that's a PR thing, isn't it? Obviously the PR is PR, but like, oh man, it was just unreal, and like everyone was just vibing, bro. Just like, and obviously each goal. I know we're gonna go about the game, but each goal that went in, the roof went off, bro. And that Ayling goal, yeah. Shout out to Ayling because that was postage stamp. I was in the Stretford end, and it was a banger. Absolute banger. No keeper saving that. But listen, they got slapped. But like the best thing I can say about that, and this is not even to try and rub it in, is just that I was so glad that was the game I got to go to for the first game of the season. Did you know, like, because the bar now is up here, and like, man, do you know what thing? Yeah, the cameramen on TV, yeah, don't do Bruno or Pogba any justice, because see, off the ball, Bruno is a nuisance. He just doesn't stop running. And Pogba basically said, left wing, shut your mouth. Let me just come inside. Just give me the ball. And if you notice that he was quite central to most of his assists. And man, the atmosphere was unbelievable. Like, it was that kind of atmosphere where like, is this actually happening right now? And then each goal, and no one wanted to leave. I don't know if you saw the interviews. we were all in the corner shouting Bruno, Bruno, like no one wanted to leave. Me and Aaron, the guy was like, "Yo, you need to leave." I was like, "Yeah, too." He's like, "No, you need to leave." We got kicked out, man. Happily though, happily.
You know what?
Yeah,
even with the Varane thing, I think forget all these social, like a lot of people say, forget all these social media announcements and everything like that. To do it real with all the fans there, first game back. First game in front of obviously fans in Old Trafford against Leeds United as well. Let's not discredit Leeds, right? Leeds are still Leeds United. They're one of our biggest rivals. It goes back history. Like this is a proper rivalry. If you're a human, which we all are, that extra 5% buzz, that extra 5% kick you give to the fans and also the players as well. You want to go out and win. You want to go out and play well. You want to say to Varane, this is what you've come and signed for. So the atmosphere, it was that the whole combination of everything was perfect. We got out the blocks early. We didn't get the first goal in the first 10 minutes, but you could see the intent. There was a moment, and Bobz was obviously watching the game. McTominay won a corner, and it was like he scored a goal.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? These lot they're on it. And if we
go on job.
Exactly. And if you think about last year, what was our problem last year? Not our away form. We didn't lose. It was our home form. We're so good at. So we can get them fans back in there now, start winning games and get the first goal. I'm not trying to get. I'm excited like Kish and Bob, rightly so. But if we've got that attack, why can't we do what we've not done since Fergie's left? When we get that first goal, blow teams away, get 2-3 up with 30 minutes gone, and then the game's done. We need to start doing that now, and that's the difference I want to see in Manchester United at home this season to the last 8 years I've watched.
That's what I meant about 99 vibes. Yeah, I mean, jokes aside, that is what I meant. I meant this squad that Ollie's building. You've got 4 or 5 front players.
You can blow
in the 1990s. We had the same thing.
I ain't trying to say Ollie's building a team. I mean, Man United are buying players. I wouldn't say Ollie's building a team.
He's built a fantastic team. I think he's built a fantastic team.
He's trying, man. He's trying, man. And do you know the thing is, like Oldrick said exactly what Ty said, The problem last season was home. It wasn't away. And we all know Fergie's famous quote: "If you want to win the league, you need to win all your home games." Majority of them. Do you know what I mean? So, and the way the season's gonna go, you need to score goals. You need to score goals. And the only negative thing about Saturday was that there was like 25-30 minutes left at 5-1. Okay, and we should have went and got more. We should have got more ruthless. That's the only thing, because I think that's the difference between other managers and Ollie. You've got 25-30 minutes left, 5-1 up. Go embarrass them, man. Literally. And think about it, 16 years. Leeds have been waiting 16 years to play us at Old Trafford. You know,
talking about the atmosphere as well, like, when have we ever seen Mason celebrate a goal like that?
Yeah.
That's how you know the atmosphere was 10-10 on Saturday, man.
Yeah, you seen the passion in his face, man. But
don't worry, he ain't gonna be playing number 9 for long, guys.
Hey! Don't worry,
oh no! Are we awaiting the return of Jean-Paul Jeffers? Is this what we're doing?
Jean-Paul Jeff.
Oh my god!
Listen, obviously, the thumbnail quite clearly says who's Manchester United's best number 9. So, of course, that is one of the topics. Just before we get onto that, I just wanted to get Semps' thoughts quickly, and obviously Jerry's thoughts regarding the game, because obviously they've not spoken much regarding the matter. Jerry, we'll come to you first and foremost. Obviously, you're being neutral now. What did you take away from that 5 win? Are you as confident as the lads? A lot of them seem optimistic regarding what the season could unfold, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm on Christian's vibe right now. The train, as he likes to call it. 5 goals. None of us predicted 5-1. Realistically, no one predicted another 5. Obviously, we scored a lot of goals. Obviously, last year we won 6-2. But yeah, man, the for them equalizing, I thought maybe. But then, what is it? 2 minutes later, Pogba's pass. I mean, bruv, come on, that. And then Greenwood, I didn't even know he was that quick. I thought the guy was gonna catch him and then hold him off. Bottom inside post in, and then Bruno doing what Bruno does. I saw the stat, was it yesterday? They posted the most goal contributions in the league since he's come. He's just a stat padder. He only scores goals, assists, like all that rubbish that I've been hearing for the past 18 months. And Pogba doing Pogba things. So for me, yeah, I'm gassed, man. I'm excited about the attack in this team because I hear a lot of people saying Chelsea, and I look at us. I look at our squad and I'm looking at our attack. I'm thinking, now hold on, like I think we've got the best attack. Like as a
Talk the
collective.
team, Jerry.
Hey,
Talk the
Jerry,
team, man.
Jerry
Come
said,
on.
Jerry
Talk the
said, "Hey, yo, I need to
team.
G." Jerry
I'm
said,
being
"I need
real.
to G check Chelsea real quick." You
Nah,
know?
big man thing because that's all I've heard. Chelsea gonna win the league. Chelsea this, Lukaku this. I'm looking at our attack. I'm thinking, hold on, like we've got as a collective. I think we've got the best. Like their players, they don't put up numbers like ours. I know people say eye test and whatnot. Ziyech, yeah, they're great players, but Rashford slaps 20. Bruno slaps whatever he slaps. Cavani slapping. Martial on his day slaps. Who
That's
else?
on his
Like,
day.
Greenwood,
Greenwood, like our guys put up the numbers, innit?
James.
So,
Hey, oh, you said that?
He's saying that
Who said James?
when
Who
you
said
You said that?
James?
James,
Who said James?
when you drop
Flipping
goals,
it,
yeah, what is it?
Get off the stream, boy.
Mason, Rashi, Martial, 59 goals in that season before this one, and then Jerry adding Sancho, Bruno, Copper, and that. I'm sorry, man, it's dynamite. Best attack in the league.
Listen, when we play home, yeah.
TNT.
When we play home, set up your stream, put your feet up. We're getting goals. We're getting moved to. This is the fear of the dreams. Are you mad? Pogba and Bruno are saying, "Come at me, dog." Do you understand? You're gonna get touched. And then Greenwood, Cavani, Rashford, pick your poison. Jerry, come on, say the team. We're winning the league, man. We're winning the league.
Listen, I already put it
here.
Yo, what is going off here? Can we just listen? I'm gonna bring Semps in, right? Because I think Semps is the only guy. Kojo and Arbiz, just for your guys' sake. The way we're doing it today is obviously I'm going to throw the question to one person. After that person said their bit, anyone else can jump in. It's a free fall, so to speak. Hence, probably why you're thinking, why is this one not asking me? Why is this one not asking me? That's the way we're doing it. But I've got to ask them because he's probably the only person singing from the same hymn sheet as me, which is relax.
Yeah, I got to bring a bit of balance to this. I got to bring a bit of balance now.
I'm gassed at Bobz, right? And I can understand why Bobz is gassed because he was at the game. If I was at the game, I'd probably sing fucking 99 Vibes at Kish. I'm not gonna lie, because that was a madness. But at the same time, I've seen this all before.
But
I don't want to put down on it. I don't want to put down on it. But I've seen it all before. I've seen us slap team on the opening day, and I've seen how it panned out. What you guys are saying regarding the attacking lineup, I completely agree, man. Like the plethora of talent is unbelievable. Like it really is. It's definitely one of the best, if not the best in the league. Because City haven't got a striker at the moment, and we've had Lukaku. I mean, I'd rather have our front line than Lukaku. It's just me. But Semps, I'm gonna pass it to you, bro. What are your thoughts? Obviously, it seems like a lot of the lads think they're gonna win the league. Where do you sit in terms of moving forward, so to speak?
First of all, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to be hyped like these, man. When I'm going into the game, I'm thinking we're going to win the game. You know what I mean? So I'm not going into any game negatively. Like Southampton, I think we're going to win. I think we'll win comfortably. But what I would say is that, it is just the first game. It's a long season. And the manager, for me, still is not convinced me yet. Do you know what I mean? So I need to see how things progress. I agree that he's stabilize the club. He's moving us in the right direction. Everything is looking positive. We're signing better players now. We're building a great squad, but we need a manager that's going to make the right decision at the right time. That's going to make those tough decisions. And it's going to be hard for him balancing all of these players as well. When everybody's fit, he's going to have to balance all these players. He's going to have to keep them motivated, going to have to keep them hungry. So yeah, man, I just need to see how things progress for the first few months. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to Christmas and see where we are before I definitely start saying we're winning the league, sort of thing. I agree we'll score goals, but yes, win your home games, but we still need to have a good away record as well. Do you know what I'm saying? So we need to see how we're going to travel on the road as well as play well at home. So yeah, man, like I don't want to dampen the mood because I know a lot of hype man in here right now and are gassed and happy, rightfully so. But for me, we just need to be calm. It's a long season, and there's still other quality teams in the league. Like we can't underestimate these teams. Arsenal. City, even though they don't have a striker, that was the opening day. They were missing a few
say Arsenal.
I didn't say shit. I didn't say Arsenal.
No, I didn't. Look, we're keeping it serious now. There are serious teams there, man. Like we can't just underestimate them. Chelsea had just won the Champions League. City are the league champions. Liverpool, I don't think Liverpool will finish above us, but they're still there and thereabouts. We can't mug them off. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, let's keep it easy.
Mug Liverpool off. Mug Liverpool off. Fuck them.
You know what?
Yeah, I can't lie. I ain't trying to
Yeah, Sam, that was good.
I'm with you.
When Liverpool tucked us in towards the end of last season, we cannot be taking anybody lightly. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think with Liverpool, I know you want to might not quickly just touch on them though, When you've got Mo Salah, who's your 20+ goal man, and you look at our attack where I think at least 4 of them can get 20+. You take Mo Salah out, and I saw the sub coming in from the other day, Harvey Elliott. I'm so sorry, Harvey Elliott to replace Mo Salah on the bench, and you've got Jota and Mane there, and a Firmino, who for me I don't really rate anyway. I think they're going to struggle to score goals. And do you know what? Burnley at home at 12:30 on Saturday. Yes, it should be a fantasy football gimme, but you know Burnley going to sit deep. Let's see what Liverpool are made of. I think they're in for a hard season. Real talk. Salah's the only 20+ man. That's it.
The way is, the reason why I hate these guys is because we got variety, fam. And Bob said Cavani and Rashford are not even back here. You know what I mean? Now one man even mentioned Daniel James. Brother, there's variety. If they're starting to push forward, you bring on Speedster. Pew! Down the wing. You got Cavani there, you got Martial, you got Greenwood, you got Rashford, you got the bodies are there. But then the reason why I know Semps is like calm down is because there's a certain man behind the man that he's scared of. That he's worried about. I hear it. But no, look, the best thing for us this year is to rotate things, man. Let teams guess. They have to keep guessing all the time. No certified front three. But build them all together so there's chemistry everywhere. So if Sancho's missing 1 week and Rashford's back in the team the next week, ain't no worry, fam. If Pogba's left wing again and Green was on the right and Martial's up top, they got that chemistry, let them run the thing, fam. That's what it is. So hopefully we can do that. But hey, it's good, man. 5-1. There's no need to be upset. We're popping team already, bro. Let's pop the next one. You know what I'm saying?
We're nice, bro. We're nice.
Let's go and pop the next one, bro.
Do you know what?
The beauty is that we can afford. Obviously, we don't want injuries, but we can afford players like Rashford is currently out at the moment, and we're still not struggling. Like we would have said, no Sancho, no Cavani, no Martial. We still slapped it for 5. But the next topic, I think it might say. I think it's yours, anyways. The next topic I want to discuss actually was Varane and Maguire in terms of their partnership. Obviously, we mentioned Varane's unveiling one of the best. But listen, as Alex Ferguson said, attack wins you games, defense wins you titles. And for me personally, you can say what you want about our attack last season and the season prior. Our Achilles heel was the defense without a shadow of a doubt. You didn't know if Lindelof was going to get bullied off the ball from which week or if he was going to have a masterclass. Hadn't got a clue, and that included Maguire as well. I mean, they're both all over the place for a large part of the season. However, Biz, I'm going to throw this to you first and foremost. We have now signed a certified centre-back, Champions League, Varane. Biz, talk to me, bro, about that partnership. Do you think that could be one of, or is the best partnership in the league, so to speak?
I want to say it's the best in the league, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. I just want to just chill, calm. Because obviously, going forward, we're looking nice in it. We've got the selection there. And even in the back, we've got selection as well. But last season, what let us down was the defence, conceding so many goals from set pieces. I'm sure it was a good 80% of the goals were coming from corners and free kicks. And at the weekend, I saw a massive improvement. And I think that's come down to the new coach that's been brought through throughout the summer. And it's looking all right at the moment. It's looking all right. But I think obviously that's the area that we need to improve on is around the set piece. And having Varane, like there's no better to add to that. And I think now as well, obviously he's breathing down Lindelof's neck, and Lindelof had a great performance at the weekend. And so if Lindelof, that he's up in his game now. So it's all the better really now for the whole squad and for the whole back line. And I'm not sure, obviously, on like areas to feel like with the lot coming in for Wan-Bissaka. I don't really rate the lot, to tell you the truth. But nah, I don't.
He's our best attacking fullback on the right hand side.
Nah, he's not, man. He really is.
Wait. Who is it? Wan-Bissaka?
They're low.
Huh?
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Listen,
it is
Wan-Bissaka's
right
about to go
now.
community
Until
service,
Ethan
bro.
Laird comes back next summer.
Wan-Bissaka?
Bro,
Alright,
Wan-Bissaka got as
Biz.
much than Shaw last season. And he scored 2 goals.
Biz.
Kai Kramba.
So what
I hear
you're
what
saying,
you're
so what you're
Biz.
saying now, you man would start the lot right now.
No. I didn't say I'll start the low. Your statement was Wan-Bissaka's better going forward than Diego Dalot. That is what you said. The Ghanaians coming out of me. Look at the accent changing. That is what you said.
The lot might be still
Thiago
key.
last
He might look still key, but he don't have the IQ, man. Literally.
Do you know what's funny? Yeah, you know when you see Semps go like this and you just like smiles and looks up, you know it's a wrap. So please, I'm gonna let you continue. Do your thing, brother. Do your thing.
Yeah, no. I'll say what I have to say in it. Literally, yeah. Obviously, we've got the coaching. Back line's nearly there, innit? We just need to get them next man that can come in and do a job. But yeah, man.
No, I respect Biz. No, I respect you. You know them ones. When you said fucking obviously Varane is here and you got the likes of Lindelof up in his game. He can up his game on the bench, G. I don't really care about my man. He'll do his thing. Varane right now, man. Get me.
I hear you.
Champions League Varane. There's a reason. Donny's got 4. Let him get 5 with us. Do you get me? I'm not trying to hear all that, bro. Do you get me? We got Varane, bro. I don't think a lot of people understand, G. Like there's rivals out here. They're saying he's dead. They're making comps of him playing against Man City and whatnot. You know why they're making them comps? You know why they're slandering him? Because they want him at their club, bro. We got him for like how much? Bro, this thing is mad. And Biz, you want to tell me about Lindelof up in his game? Brother, up your game elsewhere, bro. Got nothing. We're here, bro. Trophies, G. I love this thing, bro. What's all of this? Oh, yeah. It's up his game. Yeah. This should have been happening before, bro. Bro, what are you waiting for, man? What are you for, bro? Come on, man. Guys, bro. I'm wasting time.
He's as good as what he's been at Real Madrid, innit? But like I'm saying, innit, like it's one game in. Yeah, I don't want to put pressure on him. And then
I hear that.
You know what I mean, bro? But our record of buying players from Real Madrid have not been good in recent times.
That's true. That's true.
And
No, Biz, I'm putting pressure on him, you know. You cannot play 14 cup finals and win 14 trophies, bro. If you get dribbled, I'm on your ass, bro. Like, this is CL Varane. 1-on-1. No one's running past you, bro. No one's running past you. You better body.
You know what? It still hasn't really sunk in that Varane's here. I still feel like
because you still want to
we've got him
exactly, but we need to see it.
Like obviously we've got him for that cheap price, innit? And I'm just thinking, bruv, is this a bit too good to be true? Like Real Madrid.
Did you not see his interview?
Nah, we're Man United, man.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
We do what we want.
We do what we want. We're Man United. We do what we want. Them bars there. That's exactly it. We're Man United, man. And that's the sort of, I see the 99 vibes feel that these men are talking about because it now starts to feel like we are that big club again. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the business that we're starting to do now, the Varane, the Sancho, the money, the way we're structuring the deals, everything now just seems to be fitting into place. So I have got a really good feeling about this season. But as I said, I'm just trying to keep myself grounded. You know what I mean? But as with every title winning side, you have to have the spine in it. You have to have that spine. And it starts with the keeper. There's still question marks over the keeper and that, but I still think we've got good enough goalkeepers. I'm not too worried about that. But Varane and Maguire, I think they complement each other so well. Do you know what I'm saying? You got my man there that's quick, and then you got this one Maguire who's experienced. And I gave him a lot of stick last season, but I'm definitely backing him this year. I see a lot in the Euros, and you know what I mean. I'm thinking now. It's just the midfield now. What are we going to do in midfield? Do you get what I'm saying? What are we going to do? How are we going to play? But as long as we got that spine secure, we'll be good.
On the level, when do you think Varane? Weekend.
So that again?
Bro.
Nah, Newcastle game for me. Newcastle home.
I think Newcastle.
Nah. Sorry. Let me interject.
Southampton, bro.
I lie, bro. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Because Beeks has got onto me about man breathing down Lindelof's neck and that. So like, I'm guessing Varane's playing on Sunday and that. Yeah,
they're gonna do the second unveiling at home. Newcastle, nice 3 points, 3-0 game. We're not doing no rules away. I don't want him and there's Varane next week. I don't want him and there's not nasty that game, first game.
Sorry.
Nah, he can deal with that, man. He can deal with it. He can deal with it.
Home game.
Do you know why? Do you know why Southampton? Okay, they've not got Inks. They've got the Armstrong boy. We're gonna dominate anyway.
Armstrong's gonna be like fly round shit every time you get the ball.
Bro, even if they got Inks, yeah. Even if they had Inks, who cares? He has to play, bro. We bought him to start games. Like, what's all this waiting for? Like,
why did they not give him minutes against Burnley the other day? He ain't gonna play, man. I don't think
he's gonna play. He's got to play. You can't have him and be like, yeah, do you know what, yeah, mate? A couple of weeks.
Like, he might as well be to play. He might as well start. Like, what's the point in being on the bench? Like, I understand if it's
trying to come on for the last 20 minutes or something.
On a warm bench, like Van Beek, fam.
Wait, so is Sancho starting as well then?
Yes,
I think he might start.
Sancho plays 60 minutes.
I think the only change,
James is a dip out of that team.
I think it's the same team. I think he's going to put the same team.
I'm thinking same team, but it's the same team that played against Everton.
James, man.
What I want and what's going to happen are two different things. But I think he's going to put the same team out again. And why wouldn't you? To be fair, I know.
What do you mean? Why wouldn't you?
You don't want to see James after we just got Sancho. James.
Why wouldn't you go with the same team? I know we can play our shiny new toy, Varane, but I would go with the same team.
No. Listen, Sancho. Listen, remember, Sancho's from Southeast London. Yeah. Can you imagine the second game? I understand it's the first game and you gave little man 15-20 minutes. Yeah. Southampton away. And I'm on the bench with Daniel James. Bro, listen, it's not possible. 77 million or whatever it was.
Sancho's coming in.
Daniel James.
He's ready.
Bro, what's Daniel James doing to warrant his position against Southampton? They're going to park the bus. Like, they're not,
to be honest,
countering us, bro.
Yes,
we don't need Dan James. They're going to park. They're going to play a no block. Dan James notoriously is poor against a no block. Even if Sancho isn't fully fit or whatever, Oli has to use the squad. This is a game for Dan James. James against Man City, teams that we're going to hit them on the break. Okay, fair enough. Against teams that are going to sit back, this is why we send Sancho. Creative spark, bro. We need to rotate the squad. Someone's asked about Van der Beek in here, and I've seen Semps reply to it in the chat. Again, Van der Beek, I know you need to go very shortly. Arthur, that was tight. Jerry's gone. Van der Beek's another one. You need to rotate him and find the games that will best fit for him to start. This game ain't for Dan James, man. Any team that's going to sit back, I don't want to see Dan James get 2 minutes on the pitch unless he's rotated. But Tam, I'm going to pass it to you quickly because obviously I know you need to go for football.
Yeah, big up for having me, man. A sick show, man.
What are your thoughts on the lineup, basically? Just to quickly get.
Yeah, do you know what I think? I think Sancho comes in on the right instead of Daniel James. I think the rest stays the same. I'd love to see Martial in the 11. However, I think with the way Greenwood played the other day and Pogba on the left, I don't think you would change it after scoring 5 goals against Leeds. However, I do think it's a different type of game to Leeds. The Southampton one, they are going to sit back. We're going to have a bit more of the ball. So it'll be interesting to see if, Greenwood can deal with a bit more hold-up play. He's got to make it stick a bit more. Because I think last year against Arsenal away, that game always stands out to me when we lost 1-0 at home to Arsenal and Rashford and Greenwood played up front. And I was like, where is Martial? However, Martial and Sancho both played 60 minutes. I think Sancho is the one you start on the right instead of James. However, I've got a couple of things I want to say just quickly before I go.
Can you mention Martial, by the way, before?
Yeah, I'm going to mention it right now. Number 9 for me, the headline, the title, Anthony Martial. This hitter right here is the best number 9 at the club. And the reason it is that Greenwood is fully not ready to be the main man number 9 for all types of games. Cavani, for me, his attributes over Martial, yes, he strikes the ball. You could probably say he's a more of a killer 9, 6-yard box, get across the near post, so forth. However, link up play, hold up play, dribbling, the whole package. If all of them number 9s play to the top of their game, I'm sorry, but Martial's the best one for me. And I'm going to stand by it. And I know people say, oh, don't cling on to that performance against Man City away. I'm sorry, everyone's comparing Ruben Diaz to Rio Ferdinand, but then you got Martial twisting him up, man of the match, didn't even score. If you had a goal that game, that's probably one of the best striking performances of the season. And I think people, I'm starting to suss it with Martial. He's got a lot of love and hate. And I think the hate is because they know the ceiling of how good he can be, because you see it in moments, and we're not seeing it enough. Because if you look at the pundits, you've got Gary Neville, Jamie Redknapp saying that like he's one of the best players. Henry, better than me at my age. Jamie Redknapp, he's a proper 100 million player. Like, I'm not trying to say he's Ronaldo 9, but for me, I think if all our players are fit, I have Sancho and Martial taking 2 out of them front 3 positions, and then Greenwood and Rashford can fight for the other. I'd have Cavani, cup games and Champions League games where we're playing them sort of, Salzburgs and stuff like that in pot 3. I think Cavani is better off the bench than starting games. Martial off the bench doesn't impact games like Cavani does. Martial's the type you need to start and let him have that rhythm for the whole game. Then you bring Cavani in. For me, obviously, there's no rights or wrongs. I love our attack. I don't care who starts. However, for me, Martial and Sancho have to be 2 out of 3. And the last thing I'm going to say, which might be wild, I said last year that if we beat PSG in that game in the group stages, I feel like the Champions League quality is not that great. Bayern are going through a bit of a restructure. You've seen their game against Dortmund the other day, looked open. They struggled again in their first game of the season against Mönchengladbach. You got Barcelona, not the same. Real Madrid, not the same. You got Man City, who I feel with the signings we've made, Varane and Sancho, we're closely on par with them now, especially if they don't get a striker. And then you got Chelsea, who signed Lukaku, who is going to add the goals that they didn't score last year with the chances. However, over 2 legs, bring on anyone. I think we've got
anyone can get it.
Ty, can I ask you a question?
Me?
Can I ask you a question, Ty?
Yeah.
Like, I know you're a heavy Man United fan. Like, I've seen calendars, I've seen T-shirts. Brother, why have you got Tony on a pillow, though? What's going on?
My connection
Oh, it's frozen.
Are you hugging the pillow? Are
He-
you hugging
he-
the pillow?
Oh, yes, there he is.
Reload, my connection, reload.
No, I'm saying like I've seen the tops, yeah. I've seen calendars. Man's even seen screensavers, yeah. But brother, you've got Martial on a cushion, bro. What's going on? Like,
I just think,
is it you and Tony tonight or something? What's going on?
I just think, you know what? Yeah, as soon as I started this podcasting, I realized how much hate he got, and I thought, you know what? I'm gonna ride to the death of that guy, man. I know and you know what the maddest thing is? People say to me, look at the strikers we've had: Andy Cole, Ruud van Nistelrooy, obviously Rooney, Van Persie.
Dwight York's up in the car, bro. Look at him.
Yeah, getting Dwight York and everything. But I don't know. For me, like, I just love Martial when he signed, and everyone was getting on to him about 57 million. Who is he? Then he scores against Liverpool, twists up Van Dijk against Southampton in his second game, and I was like, this guy can really be fit. But I'll be honest, it's make or break. But I'm going to say it on here now, I really think we can win the Champions League this year. Bring on anyone over 2 legs. And I know PSG have got a frightening attack, but they've also got to run back the other way when we've got the ball. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do that, which would be interesting. So, yeah, man. All right, Usman, you're going to have to do another one of these because there's too much I need to get out, man. And, hopefully we beat Southampton.
Another 10 topics. We haven't even come close to touching it.
I know. I'll probably come back from football. You'll be on. I'll jump back on.
Tottenham are getting beat 1-0.
It's mad. But yeah, I just think he gets a lot of disrespect, and I hope that it's a big season for Martial. And he done an interview the other day saying, I'm going to be fully fit in a few weeks after the international break. And how often does Martial do interviews? He doesn't. He knows the pressure's on, and I'm hoping that with that, he can now deliver, man. So, yeah, Manchester United to the world, we're coming for the Champions League. Trust me.
All right, brother, I know you were saying 2 out of the 3 spots, obviously Sancho and Martial, but you see that left spot, bro? I love Rashford. He's feeding the Pickney them. But all I'm saying is, yeah.
IQ, innit? IQ, you're not rated, innit?
Nah, look, no. I'm just saying Pogba's got that left spot, man. That's
that was the next topic. So you segued that so beautifully. I'm
gonna hit out Usman, yeah. But
thank you, Ty, for coming on, man.
Usman, great host. Big up the panel, but Beeks and Bobz,
big
Kojo,
up.
my guy, Biz, Jerry, Kish, Semps, love the old retro thing, and Beeks, welcome back, man. You can take the centre circle right there. You deserve the spot. And yeah, man, never a foul. Tunnel Trafford, hit us up, man. And yeah, it's gonna be a great season. Big up, yeah.
Yes, Ty, thank you very much, my guy. But listen, we'll come back to the Martial chat. Of course, obviously, Ty needs to give his thoughts because he's on his way out. But yeah, as you just said correctly, regarding Paul about Pogba, the next topic that I actually had written down was, what is Paul Pogba's best position in this Manchester United team? As our business said, his decision making, his IQ, football IQ, something Rashford frustrates me personally with at moments. but the issue is, does Pogba fit that? But we just signed another winger. You know, we've got Rashford as well. Does Pogba displace Rashford on the left wing, or does he find his place back in the double pivot over Fred or Matic or Van der Beek, whatever Ollie goes for? Listen, Semps, we're going to come to you first and foremost regarding this matter. But no, I feel like I should go to Kish, but I'm not going to let Kish
go to Kish. Listen,
yeah, we're going to go to Kish. We're going to go to Kish, actually, that might make more sense. Kish, what is Pogba's best position on the Man United pitch, not on the bench or some bullshit?
No.
Like,
in my humble opinion, I think he's not a 6, right? That's something that's my opinion now. After watching him for 4 or 5 years at United, I don't think he's actually a 6. I don't think he's the type of player to pick up the ball from the centre backs, right? Even though we like to think that he's that way, but if you play that position, you need some intensity about your game in order to play that position, which he doesn't have. Now, that's not a criticism. It's just me looking at his attributes. And in terms of his attributes, I think if we did have a specialist CDM, Pogba would probably be the player that benefits the most from that, because then what would happen is we obviously wouldn't need 2 centre defensive mids when we play Fred and McTominay. We will only need 1, and then that gives Pogba the license to roam, right? But obviously we don't have that at the moment. So I think I'm in agreement with those who think that his best position is the left wing. It's not really left wing if we think about it. It's him drifting in. I think I was super impressed with Ollie with his answer. I think they asked him, they said, like, what position was Pogba playing or something like that. Or I can't remember if it was Pogba. And I think Ollie said that he just let him roam free, right? So fair play to him, utilising him well there. But I think, so left wing is probably his best position, but we all know it's not really left wing, right? And it reminds me of kind of De Bruyne at Man City, where, you'd probably classify him a midfielder, but really you catch him on as far out as the right wing sometimes, De Bruyne, right? So in terms of utilizing his position, I don't think he's a 6. I think he's better off roaming. He needs to be in the last third of the pitch, basically, right? He needs to be in the last third of the pitch, doing what he does. And occasionally, if he wants to drop deep and play those balls like he did from Greenwood, then yeah. I'm just gonna not raise my stress levels this season, because I just don't expect anything from him defensively now, right? I've just got that in my mind now. Like, I'm just not going to expect anything defensively for Pogba. There was a couple of moments in last game where he was just casually jogging. That annoyed me a little bit. But yeah, I think his best position is that free roaming position on the left hand side.
Right. In terms of what you said just at the end there regarding the casual jogging, I feel like you're blaming him for that goal, aren't you? I bet.
I mean, you can feel how you want as well. I just stated what I saw. I'm stating what I saw.
He said it in the group chat, bro. He said it in the group chat.
I wasn't happy, man. I want to see him.
No, it's calm. It's calm.
I want to see him closing down.
Where the fuck is Fred? That's what I would ask. That would be my.
Yeah, but guys, it was a fair point. Let's not, because we love Pogba. He was a bit slow to get out.
I mean, not really.
Yeah, but let's have it real, gents. Let's have it real.
It was a good goal. There's nothing you could have done about it.
No, it's not criticism, but I said it's a fair point to raise.
But do we recognize and praise him when he is doing the doggies, when he is tracking back? Because we see, like, the whole Kiss saying I don't expect anything from him defensively. Like, you're not actually watching him, because especially in recent times, he's been doing a lot of good work defensively. Yeah, he may have given away, like, he's made a mistake. He'll give away a penalty or whatever. That's unfortunate sometimes, you know what I mean? But he's actually in the position tracking back. Like, so this whole narrative of Pogba doesn't defend, like, especially when he came back in the team, he's been doing a lot of defensive work.
But a real manager doesn't put him in those situations.
Oh no, I
A
heard
real
that. I heard
manager,
that. Yeah, yeah.
do you know what I mean? You
Yeah,
know,
but
Sorry.
I'm not sure, man. 'Cause he plays in them positions.
Alright, Bobz, I disagree with that. Can't
Yeah,
lie.
man. He has to
No,
work.
but hear me out. Hear me out.
And I want to come after.
Did anyone watch the Tottenham? Did you watch the Tottenham City game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So did you notice that the front three did not track back for Tottenham?
Yeah.
Did you notice that he's had the system? He set out. He was like, stay forward, right? Now, in situations on previous history, we've seen Pogba is a liability regarding a penalty, tackling. He's reckless. Yeah. So why
I knew it, kids. I knew it.
Why do we persist in having him in these situations and say, oh, he's got to do better? When on previous history, that's not his game. At the end of the day, you wouldn't play Scott McTominay centre forward, or you wouldn't play right wing. So why do we have Pogba doing these things? So what the best thing to do is that you create a system and you say, you stay forward because you're going to do more damage up that part than you're going to do down here. At the end of the day, we don't want Paul Pogba tracking back a full back or making runs. No. At the end of the day, we want him to be in the quick transition where Scott or Fred can pass the ball forward and then we can let Pogba go. So for me, I blame the manager for that one. That's all I'm saying on that.
I can't agree. I'm sorry. I can't, man.
No, but it's a manager's job. Bobz is 100% right because in football, in life, really, in any job, you play to your employees' strengths. You don't play to their weaknesses. So what he's saying just makes perfect sense, logical sense that when you create a system for players, you give them the platform to excel and show their strengths and their weaknesses. You cater for that in other ways by covering in different positions. That's what you do. That's what our whole footballing system is about. That's
So
why
you
you
don't
have,
expect anything defensively from Pogba, then do you?
You didn't say that.
No, but at the same time, they're still gonna have to do defensive work anyway.
That means you don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, but bro, at some point, everyone has to do defensive work anyway. Look, like for example, in the comments, Big Ron is like saying, "Do you see how Nat Phillips beaming a header against Liverpool? Have you seen how many headers he's won in the box as well? The guy is actually he's not a bum defensively.
Exactly.
He's not the best. He's not the most alert defensively because he naturally going forward is his forte. So I get what Bobz is saying on that side.
Hitting his head.
Pardon?
He's scared of the ball hitting his head.
Oh, here we go. Move, man. But that's what I'm saying. That's one example. He wins a lot of headers for the team. That's one example. That was a poor thing from him. He shouldn't have done that. I agree. But that's one example. And then that feels being two examples. Sometimes winning heads in the air. But I get what Bobz is saying. Look, he's going forward. He's phenomenal. But if you want to let him, if you want to not do
that head against Man City, that'll stop them winning the title against us over that one, Kish. And
he scored that one. Beautiful header.
Please.
Yeah, exactly.
Point is, the reason why he's been going back in those games is because he was playing in midfield in those positions. If you don't want a midfielder to track back, that don't make sense to me. If he's playing as part of the front three, no problem.
I don't know why everyone's jumping on me for saying I don't expect anything from him defensively because all of you have just what I've heard from all of you is the same thing, just in a different way. Like you lot saying, "Oh, let's play to his strengths. Let's do this. Let's do that." You're basically saying the same thing I said.
No, what you're saying is you're disregarding any defensive work he's done.
No, I'm saying I don't expect anything from him defensively.
Yeah, because you're not acknowledging the good work he's done in defense as well. That's what I'm saying. You're not acknowledging it, no?
It's a rarity, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying
it's a rarity. That's my point. It's not a rarity. Corners, set pieces, he's winning the headers.
Set pieces, Maguire, man, Maguire.
Kish, do you watch games with the volume on?
Yeah, I watch it.
Okay, all right. So you know when the commentator says header cleared by Pogba.
Bare times.
Yeah.
Really? No, listen. I
hear header by Maguire. Right, I never hear header by Lindelof. Right?
Yeah, but forget him.
I mean,
bro, the Leeds game alone, he must have cleared it from set piece at least 3-4 times. Bobz, you need to go, yeah.
I'll be watching.
Listen, make sure you stay tuned. We're gonna keep going until there's no one left apart from me. Last man standing. I said it's Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Yes. If I'm the last one, I'm the last one. I'll take the belt. But yeah, listen, Kish. Obviously, regarding the Pogba situation, I do hear what you're saying. I kind of agree more with Bobz on the matter, to be honest with you. And what Sam said as well. You got to cater to players' needs in terms of it. Don't put them in a position that exploits their weaknesses. And that's something that Ollie's done with Dan James, actually. Dan James has suffered from that the most. If he plays Dan James in games against that Burnley, bro, he can't play against a low block. I mean, Stevie Wonder can see that. I've said it about many times. Stevie Wonder knows that Dan James cannot play against a low block. But Ollie will probably play him against a low block.
If you only ever played players against teams that they are strong against, how would they ever get better? Like, how can you just say,
this is the point of
that's why you got a squad, Kish. That's why you got a squad. That's why you rotate your squad.
Right, but these players, right? When you say Dan James, that for me, I mean, Dan James has to start against a Burnley. If he's going to be in our...
What?
Bro,
what?
If Ollie wants to start, hang on. If Ollie wants to start Dan James against a Burnley in order to save Sancho for City, why not?
Should I tell you who should play instead?
You're going to have to learn.
Kish, I'm going to say one thing I guarantee everyone agrees with me. Fuck Dan James, play Juan Mata. Because they ain't going to attack against us.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Juan Mata can't play on the wing.
He has the minerals to unlock deep defenses with creativity.
What's Dan James going to do against Burnley, bro? He's going to get bullied off the ball and he ain't going to have no space to run into.
But what I'm saying is this. We have a squad. Semps just said it, right? We have a squad. You've got to utilize these players in games like that, right? You can't just keep...
That's not what I was saying, by the way. I want to make that
point. You're going to stop Sancho against every team that sits back against us.
No, Kish, I hear you.
You can't do that.
I think I'm just going to say something before I go in it. I think what everyone's basically trying to say to you is that we don't want James. We'll look for someone. It's just simple like that. No one wants to be blunt with it, but I'm going to be real with it. I don't give a fuck about James, man. I'm done with this. I'm completely honest with you. The man that said, I'd rather have my... kid you not, I'd rather recall Chung from Birmingham, and I say, yeah, you.
No.
Marvel, hey,
do you know what? Dan James gets too much disrespect, man. Honestly, I think he's a functional player. I mean, he's not raw talented, you know, like some of the rest of our players. But I think Dan James is a functional player, and you need those players in your squad. I'm telling you that now. You can't just have a team full of superstars, lads.
What's his function?
Bro, he has no quality. Zero.
Yeah, what's his function?
I'm sorry.
You got
big up Beeks.
And as a fan base, we give him way too much hate. I think he's a functional player. I think he does things well. I'm not.
What's his function?
Average level,
bro. What's his function? I'm trying to understand because he is dead. Like let's be real. Like Beeks said, like he is only speed. That's all he has. Like he has no IQ. But forget about Arsenal, like.
I disagree with that. No, he wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying. No, he doesn't.
Arsenal's walking.
No, he doesn't.
Arsenal's team.
No, he doesn't.
Dan James moonwalking into Arsenal's team. That's how bad it is. I'm telling you, man.
Bro, Dan James is meaty.
Ahead of who?
Wait. Who would he start with for Arsenal? In Arsenal, who would he start with? If it was the front three behind the striker, who with?
Instead of Barnoff Lacazette, I think he's dead.
You don't play
Lacazette. No, wing side.
Yeah.
Wing side.
Yeah. So like Pepe, Saka
and Pepe are better than him, man. Come on, let's not.
All right, fine. I'd say Saka's better than him. Pepe. Where's he?
What's James done over Pepe then, please?
Kish, I am begging you, don't let me defend an Arsenal player on a Man United podcast. I'm begging.
I'm not saying he's world class. I'm saying we give him too
Dan
much
James
speed.
though, innit? Like we all know, innit? He's just a squad player at best.
And
when he comes in,
he's not even that. He's not even that.
Okay.
He's not even that.
Kish, I'm about to back you a little bit. So let me land. I'm about to back you a little bit. I think he is perfect for the kind of games that when you know someone's not going to sit back and you're going to have acres of space in behind, he can use his space to run as long as the players can find him. If he can just go around, but the problem is his end product is not good.
It's terrible.
Dan James, for 15 mil or Pepe for 72? Tell me.
No, yeah, we're not going to pay 72 million for Pepe, but that's not the point.
Dan James or 72 for Pepe, who bangs.
Kish, you didn't say value for money. You said better player. Come on, let's.
Pepe's a better player than him. It is what it is.
Pepe's better, man. Anyways, why are we talking about fucking Dan James? You shouldn't even be in the team, man.
What's the topic? Where are we on Pogba? Yeah?
We were on Pogba, and Dan James has come up. The question was Pogba's best position. I don't know how Dan James is in the conversation for Pogba's best position. Biz, let's come to you. Do you agree with the guys? Obviously, Bobz was saying, put Pogba up top, don't put him in a situation that exploits his weaknesses. Kiss kind of agreed to the extent. Obviously,
I do agree.
I mean, it's up to you if you agree. Obviously, I was kind of agreeing with Bobz in the sense that I would prefer Pogba in the final third. Of course, he has to track back and defend. That's your number one duty as a football player. I don't understand this myth that he doesn't have to defend, and he does defend most of the time. But Biz, where do you sit in the whole situation? Do you think Pogba should go back in the double pivot, so to speak, or do you think we can only play him in that left wing position?
No, I want to see him in that left forward position, man. I think that's where he spent the majority of his time at Juve, if I'm not right. And I don't want to see him back in the pivot, man. Like, I hear what Kish is saying, innit? Like, defensively, like, there's massive questions about him, especially if he's going to be playing with someone like Matic. We're liable to get overrun in midfield. So, like, for me, I don't want to see Pogba back in that double pivot ever again, bro. Not unless we sign Kante. That's the only way. And that's obviously not going to happen.
So what happens
left
then?
forward.
All right, Biz, let me just ask you this, right? So you're saying you don't want to see Pogba in that double pivot, right? So what happens when Rashford, Martial, Sancho, Cavani?
Like I said, I love
when they're all fit, then
Rashford is my
Pogba
guy.
on the bench for Rashford?
Bruv, whole bench, fam.
Whole bench.
I'm saying it now, bro. Pogba will open up any team from that left forward.
Don't we just change the system, though? Don't we just change the system?
I mean, we're not going to, though. Let's be real. We're not going
but maybe
hey,
so
Semps,
man, them out here thinking we're going to win the league in that year. Like, so surely they must be backing the manager to have some sort of tactical nous that he can now change the system.
Semps, talk the things.
This is what we need to be progressing to. Surely, now he's got no excuse now to keep playing these two holding midfielders. Now he's got Varane and Maguire at the back. Change the system, play Pogba there, and we still have players up top like Rashford that we can bring on, like Martial, Cavani. You know what I'm saying? That's what it seems like to me. That would be the best, the 4-3-3. No, am I wrong?
I completely agree with that. Honestly, I don't understand this myth that Pogba holds bed for Rashford. I don't understand why they shouldn't be in competition for a position. They're not in. For me personally, I don't see.
Yeah, but I think got the correct personnel in that position.
Shall I tell you what? It's for me. Like Pogba playing left wing, right? He's been absolutely brilliant. If you look at all the games he's played left wing, he's been fantastic. But as I think it might have been Bobz earlier, said it earlier, he wasn't even playing left wing for a lot of the game. Yeah, the Fred assist came from left wing, but I said this on a different stream. If you actually look at all his assists, the Green assist was from the centre circle. The Bruno assist that he got, which was the third goal, was literally on the D, basically playing in camp.
And where did the Fred assist come?
The Fred assist was the only one from left wing. But the point I'm making is Pogba had the license to roam. Obviously, we know that already. But it's that left centre mid role. We need to get him in left centre mid, which is where he flourished at Juventus. I understand, yes, we need a DM that allows him to do that. But at the same time, you can't just put Pogba left mid now and say, oh, Rashford whole bench for Pogba. I mean, you can play them both against Burnley. Why do we need to have two DMs against Burnley Football Club who are just going to pump the ball long and hope to win a knock-on?
I think this is hindsight. I think this is hindsight because you're saying, why does Rashford... But if the team's playing well, who cares if Rashford's holding bench? Like,
exactly.
I don't care, bro.
Right, we were just talking about changing the team up.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying if the team's play well, bring Rashford back in from the bloody depths. What I'm saying is, against the lesser teams, why can't Rashford start on the left wing, or why can't we play Bruno and Pogba midfield together? Why do we need to play so defensive?
Yeah, we can do that. I'm not going to lie to you. For the majority, I want Pogba playing from that left.
Same.
Fam, man got
I'm
4
with you.
assists there the other day, bro. Like, nah, come on.
Yeah,
man. Let's not be silly.
but this is but if we're talking about over
Why
a
can't he play
season,
centre and
like
join
the-
the attack? I'm going. Sorry,
what we don't want to do is be in a position where players are playing out of position. Like Pogba's that good that we can stick him there and he can do a fantastic job, but he's not a left-sided forward. That's not Pogba's position. So throughout the whole season, we do not want to be sticking him there and thinking it's gonna work because he got 4 assists in one game. Like throughout a whole season, I don't see that working, man. That's not
bro. When
Why
like
do
was
people
gonna say,
think we're a one system team? Why do people think that?
Because we've been playing 4-2-3-1 for time. We ain't changed it.
Let Jerry land because he's
yeah, like was I lost my train of thought, but like was wait, no, you said when Pogba's played on the left, he's been basically our best player on the pitch. Like it makes sense for him.
Let me just add one thing. The reason he's been the best player on that page is because he's had the license to join the attack.
Yeah.
McTominay had the license to join the attack against Leeds, or did he not?
Both of them did, to be honest.
Yeah, but why can't Pogba play when McTominay did and have the license to join the attack? As soon as Pogba's in the double pivot, he has to go past the halfway line. That's the point. Let him play the double pivot and tell him to join the attack. Like McTominay.
Hang on. It's not as black and white as that, though, Osman. It's not as black and white as that. If you actually look at the Leeds games and a lot of the games that we play, yes, we play 4-2-3-1. But if you go and look at how we are positioned on the pitch, it's not like that. It's not 4-2-3-1, right?
Yes, it was a 4-3-3, to be honest.
So the beautiful thing about why I think this has been undermined about Oli and his, because all the fans get onto him about not changing the system. I think we're quite liquid in terms of being able to play football. In terms of, I think Oli's building a team where it doesn't matter who plays where, apart from the back line. And the 2 CDMs, everyone else, Bruno, everyone is interchangeable. They can play where they want. Sancho, left or right. Rashford, left or right. Martial, anywhere across the 3. Greenwood, anywhere across the 3. Bruno, he ends up in the penalty box. Pogba, he ends up in the penalty box, right? And that's the beautiful thing. That's why we're so dangerous. We don't have to stick to a system. And my opinion is about systems is that sometimes they can be your downfall. Because you only have that system, right? And the best thing about some of the, if you look at the previous squads that we had, like the 99 squads, the 2008, there were players there that could drop in and play various positions, right? You had your likes of Anderson, right? Or Park Ji-sung, who would just follow somebody around for the whole game, right?
Jemba, man. Come on, man. Respect.
Right? So I think this thing about systems and changing it, I don't know how much Jerry agrees.
Kojo, go ahead, because you've been patiently waiting. Go on.
No, wait, let him land. He was going to agree with me. What are you saying, Chris?
No, I was just saying, I don't know if Jerry agrees with this, but I think it's not vital to have a system cemented in place. If one of our main strengths is that we can be flexible, right?
Yeah, I agree.
I think I do agree with that. I think the system talk because these days is because certain players don't fit in systems and all that. I don't like systems either. I give you information, but I want you to be a bit more flexible. I want you to enjoy the moment. See where the game takes you. Because on the football pitch, you never know where you're gonna be. But the problem is, off the ball, everything goes back into that original base shape.
Yeah.
And that's where the problem is.
Absolutely.
So, like me personally, I'm not gonna lie to you. I genuinely think Pogba's best position is where Bruno plays.
That's a big problem for us as well, yeah.
And exactly, and that's a big issue. So what I actually like about what you said about the flexibility of the team is if Bruno, who's flipping by God, he better get a lot more rest this season. If he gets some rest, you can put Pogba in that number 10 position.
Agreed.
Beautiful. Carabao Cup, you can bring Matten to that position. He's a natural number 10. It's lovely. So I think with Pogba's best position for me is the midfield. When he's at Juventus, there's 4-3-3 for that team. He was on the left side with Marquise on his right and Pirlo just behind him.
Was it not Vidal?
Vidal at times as well. So that's another midfielder you can add to the caliber of excellence that he had at Juventus. And obviously Fred and McTominay are not to that level. Fred is not PLO. McTominay's
Bro,
not.
that might be the biggest understatement.
But the point is, I think.
Watch out for Fred this season, you know.
Hey,
What?
goal scoring
Pirlo?
midfielder. 2 and 2.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm gonna land my comment and then you can go. You can talk. We can talk Fred. I'm not doing it.
2
I'm not doing
and
it.
2. He's gonna get
But-
as well.
He's
Yeah.
already got more goals than Thiago.
Hey, listen. We'll talk about Thiago one day at Liverpool. Don't worry.
Got Kane as well, just saying.
Thiago can't hack this league, man. I'll be real.
But no, genuinely, I think his best position is on the left, and I think when Rashford and all that come back and they're all available, Rashford will go back to that side. I genuinely want to see Bruno and Pogba at times switch positions and let Pogba play number 10 and left Bruno have a rest. When they play together, if one of them on that left side, that's fine. If one of them behind, fine. But be able to change the formation, I think, is the gist of it. 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1. We beat PSG with a 3-man at the back, no?
Yeah, the back.
Was that
That's
3-man
what
at the
I
back?
mean. That's what I mean. We are.
So that's the point. Like when you're off the ball with that base,
Ole actually changed that game from what Pogba was late and changed it to a 4-2-3-1.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He changed formation, though.
Man said big up Ollie, who couldn't get out of the fucking group with 1 point in 2 games. Relax.
yeah, I can't lie to you. Yeah, I
Man
can't.
said big up
I'm a
Ollie.
football guy. I like the football. I like what I see. I like what I see on the TV now. You know what
Did
I
you
mean?
like watching Demba Ba outpace our defenders?
No. Okay, listen. You man, right?
Come on,
You're
man.
gonna have your
I'm joking.
games.
I'm playing.
You're gonna have your
Come on,
You're gonna have your games. I was crying under Jose. I was crying. I was hiding behind my sofa, fam. Right? I was hiding behind my
look at this-
sofa.
Hold on, wait. Kish, let me ask you a question. Kish, let me ask you a question. Kish, let me ask you a question.
Over 5 goals, bro. Over 5 goals scored. Combined more than Moyes, LVG, and Jose.
Real talk, man. Dr. Biz, tell him.
Hey,
Bro.
goals,
Tell him.
bro.
Hey, Biz.
It's DJ, no dog.
Hey, DJ Biz and Kish. With all that statistics here, didn't Mourinho come away with 2 trophies?
Yeah, bro. Mourinho's washed. Honestly.
Did you celebrate the trophies? Did you celebrate the trophies?
Huh?
Did you celebrate the trophies? Hey,
He's finished.
my friend, did you celebrate the trophies?
Just wait for Ollie's career.
Yes.
My friend, hello, Kish, my friend.
Wait for
When you saw the armpits, were you not doing at home? Eh? Kish, when you saw the armpits, were you not celebrating?
Who's?
What do you mean who's? When you won 2 trophies in 1 season, when you saw armpits, were you not happy?
I was happy. Yeah. I was.
Okay, so you weren't hiding behind chair. You were very happy. You were celebrating as well, like me.
Yeah,
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. We have to be fair. We have to be fair on Jose because he brought us joy. We were struggling. Mourinho, Van Gaal, and he brought us joy.
Right. He brought us joy for 1 year. And
Okay.
then he had my team getting slapped up by Longstaff. Newcastle.
You know only got a social lost to Huddersfield. You know we lost to Huddersfield, yeah? Huddersfield.
This squad right now.
Yeah, but that's the point. It's not as if there's been hunky-dory, bare flowers like freezing hell on Dragon Ball Z. Listen.
He made our club the Jose show. Yeah, he made our club the Jose. It's not like Ollie. Do you know what I love about Ollie? It's not about him. It's Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp. It's all about them. Ollie, I can actually see this guy is vying for our club. He's vying for our club. Look what he's done in 3 years. Look what he's done. We've even got our stadium's been painted. Our stadium's been painted under Ollie.
Wait,
Hold on.
Too far there, my brother.
Stadium.
Stop, blood. Let's not think about these days, guys. Yeah, come on.
I love Kish, man. He's one of a kind. I love Kish. I can't lie. I love him.
Stadium has been painted, you know.
Nah.
Stadium has been paid under Ollie's tenure.
Oh my god.
Hey, Kish, are you free on Monday?
Gee, I'm free. I'm free always, man.
Alright, come on, you're coming on my show. Fuck it. How's it?
Oh my god, that might be one of the greatest lands I've ever heard. But listen, Semps, I know you need to go very shortly, so I need to ask
to
you
as
a
well,
question, which we're gonna finish on. There was a lot of the topics, but we'll save it for the show. So Semps, your thoughts on our best number 9 for this season? You heard what Ty said regarding Martial. What are your thoughts for our best option in the front line position, so to speak?
Yeah, well, look, I think Ty shut it down. I ain't really going to be able to add anything more to what Ty said. just that I agree with what he said, man. I do think Martial is our best number 9 this season. Yeah, man. I'm gonna stick by him as well. I'm not. Yeah, you lot can log off. Yeah. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. Look. Let me just say this. Yeah, is Martial had a bad season last season. Yeah, he had a bad season. Season before, he had a great season. So let me see him replicate what he did there. I'm not gonna give up on him just because he had a bad season. I'm going to say if he can replicate what he did the season before with the other players around him now, that would be the man that I want to see go in. Like what Ty said, for every single game he can play. He can be that man because his all-round game is better for me. Do you know what I mean? So
we haven't learned, have we? We haven't learned why we again our best number 9 is whoever. It's whoever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, look, I'll go with that because look, there's gonna be a rotation. There's gonna be a rotation in it because Cavani's there. Cavani's not gonna hold bench all year. Martial and Greenwood can play. It's gonna be a rotation. So I hear what Kish is saying there. Probably the only time I'm gonna agree with him is that man. You know, everybody can run that position this season. Do you know what I mean? And it can change for different teams and different games. But if I was saying if we was going against a big team, then I will go with Martial because he can hold his hold up play and link up play is brilliant and it's phenomenal. It's so underrated. It's so underrated, man. He's so good at it. His issue is what he doesn't run in behind. That's what. But now we've got runners. We've got runners that are going beyond him. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think Martial, man. Like people, this is football, innit? They love you when you're doing well, and as soon as you have one bad season, they're ready to cut you off, and everyone has forgotten what qualities he's had. But if he replicates what he did a couple of seasons ago, then I'm all for it, man.
Yeah, no, I think you made some valid points in terms of what Kish was saying. I personally think that role should just be shared this season. I think Cavani hasn't got the capabilities to play more than one game this season. Weekly, potentially 2 games at a max. But again, he needs to be used so he's fresh. I think for me, Martial and Bruno as well. Actually, you saw with Bruno in particular. His third man run from deep as well. That Bruno's running off the striker a lot, and I think the best player for him to play alongside for that is probably Martial, to be honest, because Martial will probably benefit him the most. But I mean, you can't look past Cavani as well. For me personally, we have options. For me, I sound like I'm sitting on the fence, but I agree with Kish. I don't really care who's playing up top. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously,
but I just want to say one thing before I go. Yeah, obviously, Cavani was sick last season. He scored some important goals, but there was many games where Cavani was way below par. And we have,
but that's when you use the bench though, because some games aren't going to be suited for Cavani.
Exactly, but what the point I'm making is let's not just try and make out like Cavani is Haaland kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he had poor games as well, which people would overlook because he's Cavani. But as soon as Martial has a bad game, he's not good enough. This is just there's a narrative with certain players. There's one with him, there's one with Pogba, there's one with other players as well. Always
to be fair, bro, he was 16 goals shy of what he got the previous season. Now, if he had got them 16 goals last season, we'd have been breathing down City's neck for that title. For real.
Well, I think there's more to it. There's more to it than that, though. Come on.
I don't know, man.
There's more to it because Martial was injured a lot last season as well. So we ain't gonna try and jump on and say that.
There's a lack of faith. There's a lack of. He's been here.
I can't forgive him for that. I can't forgive. I love Martial. I can't forgive him for them 2 chances against PSG that he missed.
Yeah. Look, that they were bad.
I think that was Ali's fault, to be honest.
Yeah,
I want the Fred. Yeah. But if Martial tucks that in, bro, we're through to the next round, man.
Yeah, but
that's when Rashford showed Mbappe who's boss.
Strikers miss chances though, Biz.
Yeah,
Strikers
Yeah,
miss
no,
chances.
Semps, yeah,
What
I
are we
get
going to
it.
say
Queens.
that England didn't win the Euros because their man missed penalties? Is because they if they'd have scored their penalties, then we could have won.
England
Right.
didn't win the
You
Euros.
can't look on
Gareth
isolated incidences like that.
No, you're Kish. I'm sorry, Kish. Not Kish. Semps, bro. This is his 7th season, bro.
Yeah, but Kojo, if we had time to really dissect every single season, we can do that.
No,
because
bro, I've defended him. You know I've defended him as
no,
well.
you don't like Martial. You don't
No,
defend
it's not
him.
what I don't like. No. Let's talk real. No, let's talk real. Let's talk real. What Ty said about him having the ability in him to do so many things. That's what I talk about all the time. I'm like, bruv, if he really uses physical power and his technical power on a consistent basis, 7 out of 10 most times, he'll be a monster for this league. No one could touch him. He's got the abilities to be an absolute killer. But 6 years in, as much as I've tried to back him in the past, the patience is wearing thin because one brilliant season and then maybe 1 or 2 extra good seasons out of 6 years just doesn't cut it for me. I understand he came young.
Kojo, let's break it down though. Let's break it down. When he first came, yeah. So like we're saying, Pogba's first season under Jose was good. Martial's first season under LVG was good. Yeah. Then LVG gets sacked the next season, and he had a decent season then as well. Did he not? Yeah, he did FA Cup scoring. He had a decent season.
It was okay.
Oh, was he top scorer, Biz? Oh, so he was top scorer. All right. Then okay. And then so
the second season,
No, first season under LVG.
Was it the first season?
Well, we won the FA Cup. He was top scorer that season.
Oh, was that his first season?
Yeah, the first season was the FA Cup. Yeah.
All right. So first season, all right, boom. He's hit the ground running. He's done his thing, top scorer. Next season comes now, Jose Mourinho. Now, in Jose's time there, yeah, you see Zlatan come straight in, take man's number. He's a young guy. I'm not saying that that's great from him, but we are human beings. Sometimes we don't react well to certain things. He didn't react well, and he didn't have the best of seasons. But how do we know that was all him? Because we know nobody really developed under Jose. In that time, we had loads of players that were below par. Anyway, let me continue.
Okay, go on.
Then the next season, if I think it was the next season, when man was badding it up, getting man of the match performances, getting player of the month, like 3 out of 4 months or something crazy like that. And then Sanchez comes in. Sanchez comes in the January, and then my man's just booted out, and he don't get to play. This is what I'm saying. When we drill down into the detail, yeah, there is reasons and explanations for why certain things are happening. In my opinion, last season was his only flop season. With the only flop season where I can say you didn't really have an excuse. That was it.
I agree.
Last season was it. But then there was season before that. He was our player of the year. He was, for me, he was Manchester. Bruno got it.
Last season he was brilliant.
He was our player of the year. So how are we just gonna go from player of the year to a flop and just say, "Oh, you're rubbish now," and I'm gonna be done with you? I'm not having that, man. I'm not having.
He's not rubbish. He's not
rubbish. Let me answer Semps' question about how are we gonna. I'm a big Martial fan. I love him. Right, since the moment I heard, "Oh yes," right, fell in love with it. Right. But what you have to realize is, yes, we can make an excuse for him for all those seasons, but the reason why it's now or never for Tony Martial is because the levels in our club, in our team, have gone up now.
Options.
So under Jose, it was do what you want, mate. It's fine. You know, he's young, blah blah blah. Oli has made our squad competitive now, right? So it's not just he has to perform.
But I'm not disagreeing with this. I've said it. This season is his make or break season. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, and I'm not disagreeing with that at all. I've said this season he has to hit the ground running. He can have no more excuses. Last season, for me, I think that his attitude is what let him down. He didn't rise to the challenge, and with Cavani coming in, I'm like that. You can't do that. So the only thing I'm questioning now is whether he has the mental to play for Manchester United. That's what my question is. But he has to hit the ground running this year.
Can I answer this question quickly, and then you go, Biz, and then I'll shut up. So the reason why I question him is because in that Mourinho season that Alexis Sanchez came in, I'll do that season and then the season after when he got sacked / Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came in. In that season, yes, Sanchez came in. Zlatan was Zlatan injured that year and he left the next year? Which was the year that he left?
When Sanchez came in.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, because he was injured from the final, wasn't it? From time ago. So
from the previous year.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. Oh. So in that season, and I'm not even a stats guy like that, so I don't want to really delve into stats like that. But we judge forwards on numbers, essentially. His return, and considering that he actually played quite a lot of the games towards the end because he's playing up front or on the left wing, Sanchez and him and Rashford and all that. So he was getting a lot of minutes. It wasn't 23, 25 minutes. It was 90, 80 with odds come off the bench here and there. He wasn't producing performances. The next year, check it for me. You might think I'm wrong.
I've got a response. Let him
Yeah. And then that next year, I understand Mourinho was a mess. So I'm not going to blame him for that. Mourinho was a mess. Mourinho was playing McTominay centre back and all that. So as a collective, that's Mourinho's fault. I'll give him that. And then he started like a house on fire under Ole. What's it called? Was it 14 game winning run or something like that?
No, Joe. He saved Jose's job, bruv. If you actually remember,
What I'm saying is that year when Mourinho got sacked that season, the whole team was calamity. So whether he performed or not, I wouldn't have blamed him because that was a whole big mess. So that beginning of the season towards December, when Mourinho was doing his fuckeries, I don't blame Martial for that. I give him that period of time as a layoff because
but he did have a period in that point there when he scored like 6 games in a row and he saved.
So he started well, but this is my point. How many times are we going to give players the credit for starting well and then dwindling off? Because under Ole, he started fantastically well and then dwindled off. That year before this season, fantastic from start to finish, no blame whatsoever, calm. But last season, and he was injured, fair point. But when he was fit, apart from Man City, he doesn't have standouts. And that's I'm playing that City now. I'm playing it now because this is the thing with players.
He did play well against RB and Everton as well.
5-0 and the Carabao Cup game. But this is my point. This is my point with some players. Like I do genuinely love Martial because I've bigged him up. The reason why I get onto him is because he has the minerals to become one of the best players on the planet. I genuinely believe that. My frustration is with him and like other players, not just Martial, players from other clubs. They have such a hot streak, and then they become. It's like Adebayo. Remember Adebayo used to have this hot streak, and then he will just disappear into the distance. Nasri will do the same thing and disappear. I don't want Martial to be that guy. If Martial bangs this year, like Kish said, the levels have to maintain because if Man United are serious about getting Kane or Haaland, he's in hot shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's in big trouble. So the levels need to be maintained. So that's what I'm saying this year. For me, my strikers will be him and Cavani, him and Greenwood. But they have him and Rashford also fight out for the left side. Because on the left side at times, when he first started there, dribbling past players, siding foot in, perfect runs into the box late, he was doing things. But then Rashford is a different player to him. He's a lot more explosive. But he gets the numbers. And numbers are what counts in games at the end of the day. If you get goals, that's what matters. So this season, when he gets back to fitness, and I do agree with Ty, wait till after the international break, more match fitness. That's when I want to see him hit the ground running. If he doesn't do it, in the words of John Cena, your time is up.
Well, I mean,
his time is now. Anyway,
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, I'm gonna get our business and Jerry's stuff. I'm gonna wrap it.
I'm gonna have to shoot as well as mine.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, I need to go as well because my battery's on about 5%. Right. Okay, Semps, Kish, obviously do your thing. Dipper, obviously everyone's socials are down below.
Place people, it's been fun. Big up, man. Big up.
It's been absolute quality. Just before we wrap it up, I just want to get Jerry's and our business stuff because obviously you guys were wanting to speak as well. So our business will come to you first and foremost. Kish, if you need to go, don't stress about it, my G.
Peace out, lads, man.
Bro.
Yes,
respect, man. Respect, brother. You know what? My opinion was on Martial. Obviously, beginning of last season. Remember, we didn't have a pre-season. And also, it affected majority of the squad. Pogba, he had COVID. And I'm not sure if Martial had COVID or not, but he did not come back until... He didn't come back at all, did he?
But just say
again? Yeah, but you know what? He had COVID, yeah. had
Get an
COVID, didn't he?
excuse. Let's go.
But you know what? Yeah, he's had 5 months break, and I think he needed that more than anyone else because after the COVID first lockdown, and obviously he came back, he played every minute, and he was fantastic to the end of that season. Then obviously we didn't have a preseason going in, and I think that hindered him so badly to the point where obviously he got himself injured, and now he's been out for 5 months. I think now he's had the time to recap himself and, you know, sit down, and now he's coming back. So it's a make or break season for him, and I kind of blame not having a preseason for him probably not having a better season. But again, there were so many times last season in performances. He's got bare chances, man. You're just not putting him away.
I think the preseason
on another day, if he puts them chances away, we're probably looking at him thinking, no, his season's actually not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, if he scored those PSG goals, and he's had a couple of the ones that he missed absolute sitters, I mean, he could have at least got 10 goals, you know what I mean? Then people say, all right, you can come good to. But four's not good enough, is it? Do you know what I mean? Let's keep it real. But the preseason thing, it might be a viable thing, but not for the entirety of the season, man. It's not good enough. Like I said, last season was a complete write-off for Martial. This season, as we've already said, he has to come good. He has to deliver. My biggest issue with him consistently has been his mindset. I mean, a lot of players with that kind of talent, the only thing that separates them from the elite and the world-class players is their mindset. How bad do you want it? Do you actually want to make it? Like, look at Hazard. Hazard potentially could have went to the next level and been that potential Ballon d'Or, but he didn't want it like that. Like he said, he's come out openly said, you know, he was content with where his level was, you know, world class, but below the like Ronaldo, Neymar, Messi, or whatever your thoughts on that matter is. But I think Martial needs to look at himself and say, what does he want from his career himself? Because at the moment, as Kojo said already, if he doesn't step it up, he ain't going to be here next season. Because Haaland, if available, sell Martial, put the money to Haaland. It's an absolute no-brainer. I mean, I don't want to hear people saying that I'm not a Martial fan. But at the end of the day, it's not about Martial, it's about Manchester United. If we can get Haaland next season and Martial has to make way, it is what it is. Because I want Man United to win trophies, first and foremost. So that's the way I see it. He has to step up now. He has to look at himself in the mirror and be honest, because he really underperformed last season. But Jerry, last but not least, we're going to allow you to finish off the show. I mean, me and you've barely spoken the show. I'm not going to lie, you've just been sat here watching, but I've enjoyed every single minute of it. Jerry, what are your overriding thoughts on the whole conversation?
Yeah, the question was who is United's best number 9? And for me, I mean, come on, it has to be El Matador. It has to be because, first of all, he's the only number 9. Like, obviously the others can play different positions, but his position is number 9. And for me, 17 goals last year when he really didn't even start the season until, October, November. I mean, the movement, like he just sniffs where the ball's going to drop. Look at the Southampton game. I know we got them this weekend. He comes on, sets up Bruno. The 2 goals, really and truly, he shouldn't be scoring those goals. Like, no one picked him up. He's the only one that knew the ball's going to drop there. I have to be there. Heads it in twice. Like, even the Spurs game last season away, first time close from Bruno, he's there. Like, with Martial, like you said, his mentality, I don't think he's obsessed with scoring goals. Like,
absolutely. Yeah, got it in him, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm not liking that, man. Like, there was times when he was drifting to the left with Shaw and Rashford. I'm thinking, bro, like, you're on a bad streak. You need that goal to kickstart your season, and you're here on the left wing. Like, get in the box, like, make those runs running behind. And for me, it looked like he just wasn't interested, man. And for me, if we're gonna mount a serious title challenge, he's gonna obviously play his part, but if fit, Cavani has to start for me because he's the most. Obviously, people say Green was the best finisher at the club, but Cavani's movement is just with Sancho as well. What he did for Haaland. Now Cavani's probably looking at him like, I can't wait to get into this team. You've got Pogba if he's playing on the left, Sancho on the other side, Bruno in behind. I mean, he's smiling, and to get 17 goals in his first season without fans, first time with fans, he scores that beautiful goal. You put in your intro with Old Trafford rocking. I think he can. I said it before in a previous stream. Obviously, if he stays fit, I think he can reach 20 because he's that good, man. Like, I know his age is hard to see if he will stay fit.
He got like 15, 16, isn't it?
17, bro.
17.
This is what I'm saying, and he didn't really play that much. That's a lot of goals. So let him have a full season, hit the ground. I think he can be very pivotal for us, going for the league. So for me, Cavani, if fit, he has to start front for me, man. He's just
We got
Even the new
options, bro,
chant
man.
he's
We got
got.
options. That's what we want,
Options, man.
Too sick, man. Yeah, Cavani
Yeah.
for me,
It's
man.
got to the point where I don't even care who really starts.
Legit,
Yeah,
honestly,
the options.
this is me, man.
Just
Look,
win.
That's
Yeah.
exactly where I'm at, bro. I couldn't care less now with our front six. Well, not front six, the front three, right? Long as Dan James is not in there, I don't care. I don't care. Legit, I don't care if it's Greenwood, Sancho, Martial,
Martial,
Rashford,
Cavani.
Cavani,
Just
any
switch
of them
around.
five. Any of the three out of them five. Bro, I ain't gonna even Pogba you can throw in there if you really want to on the left mid.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna complain, and I don't think any Man United fan should be complaining because you got to remember the other three are going to be on the bench or the other two are going to be on the bench, and you need options off the bench as we've seen time and time again. You need people to come on and have that impact. Let's just say it's Rashford, Cavani, and Sancho starting, and you've got Martial and Greenwood to come off the bench. I mean, you can't complain about that. That's what we want. Look at Man City, man. Look at the squad and the strength and depth they've got off the bench. And we finally got down to Oli. So fair play to Oli. Going to finish on a positive. Credit where it's due to Ali. He's assembled a very good squad. And I've got to respect that because, for a long few years, we've been spending money on absolute bums. Look at Arsenal Football Club. Again, I don't want to banter them because it's irrelevant. But Arsenal have actually spent more money than us this summer. And look at the players they've signed. They've just wasted 130 million. And we've been doing that for so many years. And Oli has finally come in and recruited the right people for Man United. So fair play to him. He's got that right. You've got to respect him. Regardless of what happens this season, he's left us in a better place than any other manager has, post Fergie. So fair play to him. Yes, I want to finish on a positive, obviously. Make sure you slap a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Honest to God, like I said, I haven't spoken hardly anything. But I'm absolutely loved it. Hopefully you guys who have tuned in throughout the entire show have enjoyed it. Make sure if you are watching a repeat, please do get your comments down below regarding anything that we've discussed. I mean, I don't really know where to start with a clip. I'm thinking of that pain comment by Kish because I was laughing so hard. But it is what it is. Make sure you show love to everyone. Their socials are down below. Obviously, go and follow them on Twitter as well. Subscribe to their channels. A lot of the guys here that you see, you probably already know. They all do content as well. We will be back tomorrow, 10 o'clock, Bits and Bobz, Steve, Jan, and obviously Jack's going to be on it. I'm sure he'll be discussing Spurs' absolute humiliation today, losing and out of the Conference League unless I'm
No, first leg.
Oh, is it first leg? Okay,
Yeah.
so they'll be fine. Either way, it is what it is. Make sure you tune in 10 o'clock tomorrow. I have a fancy football show tomorrow as well. So if you want to know who not to buy, come and join me. Anyways, over to you, Kojo. Let the people know where they can find you, my guy.
Obviously on here, Osman Talks United, pretty much most days. Wednesday, next week, Kojo show. Free Midfield podcast, YouTube, Free Midfield, Twitter, Spotify, SoundCloud, podcasts, Instagram, and TikTok.
Yes. Jerry, where can the people find you, bro?
Yeah, Twitter handle on the screen, United Team Talk on the YouTube, and obviously Osman Talks United, as you already know.
Yes. And last but not least, RBiz, where can the people find you, bro?
Yeah, man. Twitter, Instagram at DJ RBiz. Hit us up as well. Tunnel Trafford, Never Found. Also, the UTU family. Big up Usman, big up Kojo, big up Jerry.
You'd love to see it, man. Thank you, RBiz, for coming on. Like I said, everyone's socials down below. Everyone that's already left, their socials down below as well. Make sure you follow them. Everyone's bringing content out. Listen, it's all about the community. We're all homies here. Obviously, it's all loving it. You know, it is what it is. But anyways, apart from that, it's been your boy Osman. And in the great words of Kish, 99 vibes, motherfuckers. Let's go. Peace.